Alright, part two. I got my wet brush. This brush is a really good brush. I believe I got these ordered. This is Raphael also, number 2 brush. Let's see, usually I like to start out with something. See if the brush is working for us. Sometimes it takes time for it to get where I want it to be at. And take care of your tools, guys, and your tools will take care of you. Rule of thumb. I remember I had to one of the first things I learned at Top Cow was spot inking for Matt Banning. And he would do all the ink work, and I would assist him on the blacks. Using another brush for my detail. I would assist him on the blacks. To finish the piece itself. So it was definitely a learning curve, but everything didn't make sense to me till the blacks was laid. As far as a finished piece, you know, again, I tell you guys, when I see an image, I know exactly what it's gonna look like before it's done in my head. So seeing this image now that it's being inked, you guys get to count all the X's that I made on the image itself to get this point. So this is the time we take our time and make sure our shadows are matching what we're doing. And I always do this process generally last, but since I got the the goblins left at the bottom of the page, I'm going to fill that in manually with the quill and nib. So no worries. And right now we want to add our, some more depth and clarity to our inks. So I would come in and add some more detail to it with the brush. Something on that brush. A little piece of hair. And we would pay very close to attention to detail. Normally it would take probably an hour or less for spot inking, depending on the detail. Roughly, me inking, I usually spend between 8 to 10 hours inking a page, and I leave this part last. It always gives me a sense of feeling of, oh my god, the page is almost done. Versus finishing every panel and then inking it. I don't know if this was a habit that I picked up from Matt Banning or something that I just picked up from a piece from everybody, but doing my blacks last makes more sense in case I want to come in and add more detail. And 9 out of 10 times I'm going to see something that I missed or that I want to fix. So leave the best for last. And, you know, make notes for yourself about if I'm going to come back and add, you know, whiteout to it and give it a couple of cool textures on the image or whatnot. And use, you know, all your brushes. As you see, I picked out the small brush because I'm like, the Raphael still gotta warm it up, but it's not giving me the texture that I want or the detail that I want that I'm using at this time. Usually it's really detailed. Usually the brush is really great. I'll probably have to clean it with some brush soap to keep the ends together. But I'm a stickler for detail, so I will be coming behind this with a nib to bounce some lines. And this is, I don't want to say this the mundane part, or this is the part when the mind goes offline. A great time to listen to music or to a podcast. But this is a time when you're either concentrating really hard on not making a mistake, or you're just vibing off some good music. I did warm up my hand this morning doing some sketching, so my hand is relaxed for inking. Inking all this cool detail on this character. Again, make sure you have plenty of room on your drawing table. I usually keep mine a mess from drawing, inking, penciling, updating. So I got a pretty big drawing desk. And I know a lot of artists that just do all this work without even a nib. I mean, they do all the beautiful lines with the brush. I got to a point like that in my career of just using a brush, but I felt like using the brush wasn't getting the lines that I wanted, so I went back to using a quill. Like, it's nice and beautiful and chunky, uh, but I just wasn't feeling the brushwork. And I see Ink Monkey does it a lot. She's amazing with the brush. Kudos go out to her. Um, I know Scott Williams uses a brush. Um, and I believe Tim Thompson was using a brush also. You know, kudos. I can do it, but I'm more comfortable with the quill. It will save me a ton of time if I just use a brush. I will probably cut my inking probably 2 hours less than I usually ink a page. So time wise, it would help a lot. But master your tools, guys. Let you be the master of your tool. Figure out what you're comfortable with and what you want to use. And